Dr. David Kulla here with Synergy Wellness in New York. We have Edric here who has a jiu-jitsu injury. I'm going to lower this camera so you can see him. So Edric here has, unfortunately, was doing jiu-jitsu and his training partner body slammed you. Is that right?
They just threw me really hard.
He threw him really hard, and sorry for the microphone on this video. My microphone died, so we're going with the camera microphone. So I'm going to speak up. If it seems like I'm loud, I'm yelling, I'm sorry. I'm really not a yeller, okay? But so he dislocated his shoulder, and we have not taken x-rays yet. Usually I would take an x-ray of that, but the reason why I haven't taken an x-ray yet is he's been through physical therapy for about 6 months to 3 different physical therapists, and if something was broken, it would be healed now anyway. It's been 6 months. If something was fractured, it would be healed. So that was one of the reasons I didn't take an x-ray. But if in another week he doesn't progress significantly, or at least another 25%, we are going to take an x-ray. And in that x-ray, I can tell if there's a separation or a dislocation, and we can look at the AC joint, the glenohumeral joint. But for now, I'm using my brain, my smarts, and we're using muscle testing to check the shoulder, and we found several things. So I'm gonna have him stand up, and I want to show you guys something, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so why don't you stand up? So if you're training with people and you're a martial artist, you're not trying to hurt the guy. You're sparring with each other, trying to practice. It's not trying to compete with each other and hurt each other. And that's unfortunately what happened here. But if you look at his shoulder, not only does he not have full range of motion, we've treated him a few times now, and you've had an increase in range of motion. Oh yeah. But the pain and the weakness is still the same. So it's not so much pain as it is just weak. His shoulder is weak. He can't reach his arm out and reach it up and forward. So what I want you to do is bend your elbows here and go ahead and go like this with that arm all the way up as high as you can get. Yeah, that's how it should be. And now let's do this one. Okay, before he could only go up to here, I think. Right. So he's got an extra 20, 25 degrees. But look here at his clavicle, and you can see this clavicle sticks out further than this one. And if you can't see that, it's just the way that the light is hitting it. You can definitely tell that this clavicle sticks out forward, and it's also higher. So if we do this, and I put my thumbs here, you'll see that this clavicle is slightly higher, but it's not as bad as it used to be. We've been able to correct that. So what I'm gonna have you do is sit down there for me. Yep, put your arms out like this. And I'm just gonna muscle test him for an anterior deltoid, and we're just gonna do that. So 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, he's not able to do that. Go ahead and lay on your back now. So there's a series of muscle tests that we can do to check his shoulder. Now we're gonna check the clavicle, and palm out, and you're going to, is that okay for you, or does that hurt?
That's okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna pull out this way, keep that elbow straight. 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, he's not able to do that. And then I'm gonna pull diagonally down, ready? Keep that elbow straight, 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, he's not able to do that, relax here. So we're just gonna loosen up the pec muscle, because the pec major clavicular is attached to the clavicle. Okay, now we're going to check the pec major again, and palm out, and 1, 2, 3, keep the elbow straight. 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, not great. So we're going to go ahead and adjust his clavicle from anterior to posterior and from superior to inferior. More of it is anterior to posterior right now. When we first started seeing him, a lot of it was superior to inferior, and that was the main subluxated part. It's gotten a little bit better. The superiority has dropped down. Take a deep breath in, look towards the camera, Good. And again. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and muscle test here again. Palm out. And 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, still weak and painful. And we want to work this pec muscle. Is that painful right there? Yeah. Okay. And if you do physical therapy for a shoulder and the shoulder's out of alignment, for any joint for that matter, your ankle, your foot, it's going to heal much slower. You got to put that joint in place because joints have MECHANORECEPTORS, and when a joint's out of place, that makes the adjacent muscles weak because it's affecting the MECHANORECEPTORS. So it's really important to have that joint in place so that the adjacent muscles are not going weak. Real tender in there, huh, in the pec muscle?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to check the AC joint, and I'm going to push down, resist, and make a fist here. And 1, 2, 3, resist. Any pain when I do that? Okay. And palm, okay. I'm going to turn the palm out, good. And straighten that elbow, good. 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay. Does that still hurt? Yeah. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, that's better, that one. Okay, that's the pec major here. Just relax here. Make a fist again. 1, 2, 3, resist. Good. No pain there. All right. Does that hurt when I do that? Now stand up. And right over here. Okay, now bend your elbow. And go ahead and raise this arm up for me. You can just do that. This one, yeah. Okay, still very limited. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and raise both up like that, same way. Okay, drop it down. Okay, now right behind you, you're gonna have a seat. So now we're going to adjust his glenohumeral joint. And when we turned his elbow out that way, he had a little bit of a problem. It was sort of restricted. So we're going to, instead of internally rotate it, we're going to externally rotate it a little bit here and just relax yourself here. Okay. Okay, and just take this hand. Can you bring that arm out? Okay. And relax here. And let it go, let it go. Okay. All right, now put your arm out in front of you, arms. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, resist. A little bit stronger, but I'm still a little concerned. If he doesn't make progress, more progress, another 25% by next week, we're gonna go ahead and x-ray his shoulder. Go ahead and lay on your back for me. And slide up a little bit. So this is another way we can adjust the glenohumeral joint. Is this painful when I do this? How about when I did it with you seated?
Oh, yeah. That hurt a little bit.
Okay, now sit up, face me. Arms out. 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, relax. All right, stand up, face this way. Bring your arm up in front of you. Okay, and bring your hand back. So bring it back. Is that as far as you can go?
Yeah.
Okay, where does it hurt? Right in there?
Yeah, like up here.
Okay. Have a seat right here. And just relax yourself here, okay? Okay, now stand up, and I want you to bring your arm back now.
Okay.
A little bit further. Does that still hurt?
If I try to move it out, it'll hurt
out
like
here.
Around here.
Okay, and now bring it up forward in front of you.
Okay.
Okay, and now bring it to your side, bend your elbow. Yep, and raise this elbow up. Okay, all right. So if you have dislocated or fallen on your shoulder, or fallen on your arm, put your hand out in front of you, and you think your shoulder's out of alignment, you want to make sure that you get that put in alignment before you start physical therapy, because once you start doing physical therapy, you could damage the soft tissue even more, especially if the shoulder is not in alignment. And we might be dealing with that with him. We'll follow up. We're probably gonna maybe eventually do an MRI on his shoulder and or an x-ray. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and thanks for letting us shoot this video.
For sure.